Rob Hanley is going to be talking about that. But first of all, we're going to listen to a little bit from our Chief Marketing Officer of My Fun Life, Mr. Rod Goodman. Rod has been a top earner in the industry for over 25 years. He's helped companies go from startup to hundreds of millions of dollars annually. He's created signature training systems for many companies, and he's built groups in excess of 50,000 people. So you think he knows his stuff? He knows his stuff. It's my honor to introduce Mr. Rod Goodman.
Thank you, Nick. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Kurt Inagaki, what a killer presentation. And Nick, what a great job you do in moderating. Welcome everybody from around the world. What an exciting time to be in My Fun Life. What a huge, huge week we've had with the introduction of our My Fun Life condos. Many people are getting back there and kind of like kids in a candy store. We're seeing these destinations all over the world that we are getting access to for literally pennies on the dollar. We did a training last Thursday night. That's actually up on YouTube, and we'll be back in your back office here very shortly on the Cha-Ching booking, on the fun trips, and the fun condos. So people have been asking for a very product-specific webinar, and that's what we did Thursday night. Guys, we do 11 webinars a week, Monday through Friday, noon and 6 Pacific, and Saturday mornings at 9 a.m., just like you just experienced there with Kurt Inagaki. Immediately after the Tuesday and Thursday and Saturday opportunity presentations, we do a training. Those trainings are designed to be different Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. The format is Tuesdays is a fast start, getting started training. It's kind of our step one, the millionaire mindset. The basics of going out and building a list, building your belief level, understanding what you have your hands on, that you're giving something of incredible value to people. You're not asking them for anything. You're giving them. A posture is extremely important as you go out there and share this opportunity. You have to be sold on it yourself. I found the belief level in what you have to offer is the #1 key to your success. It determines how big your list is and how many people you will go out and talk to. Then we go into a little bit of a plan on 90 days to reach diamond, or on a slower pace, at least 12 months to hit the diamond rank. That's 100 personals. That's the top level in our company. Guys, we're going to have diamond trips. We're going to have diamond incentives, bonus pools. Very, very exciting things going to be rolled out for that top level in our company. So, and to sponsor 100 people might seem like a lot in other companies. In My Fun Life, we've already got about a dozen people that have done that just here in pre-launch in the first 6 weeks. Guys, at $21, 100% money-back guarantee, and the incredible value of literally saving thousands of dollars a year on travel with My Fun Life makes it very easy to share. Then you add some of our marketing systems and our viral share, which we're going to talk about today, our Powerline system. Oh my gosh, I don't think there's ever been an opportunity so easy to share, so fun to share with others. And I don't believe there's for $21 you can go anywhere in the world and change lives like we're going to be able to change with My Fun Life, especially understanding that we are a mobile app company and not a travel company. This is simply our first product and our first app. We will light up your team and your matrix over and over again with a second, a third, a fourth, a fifth, up to 10 apps over the next 10 years as we become literally a global giant, a next legacy company in this industry. So, guys, that's some of the first training, is just that belief level. I got a little bit ahead of myself there talking about the vision of My Fun Life, but that's part of that first training series, is understanding what you have in your hands. How do you go out and start to create a list and share that with others? How do you go diamond in 90 days or 12 months or less? We're not racing. We're here to set you on the pace that you want to set, and most importantly, help you achieve the goals and dreams that you have in your life, and then show you how you can be a blessing to others by doing the same for them. Ultimately, your success will be determined on how many other people you're able to help become successful. Isn't that the most beautiful business model in the whole world? Your success is dependent on how many other people you can help become successful. That's how come I fell in love with the network marketing industry. I love the concept of everybody starts at the top. You are the CFO, Chief Fun Officer of your company. You're going to go find your first few vice presidents, and you're going to begin to build a company for you from the top down versus the traditional business model where people join the bottom of somebody else's giant company and try to work their way to the top. Everybody starts at the top here, literally the president, CFO, CEO of their company here, and begin to build something for you that is, that is your empire. And so everybody gets that equal opportunity, and your success is determined on how many people you help become successful. So fall in love with what we have here, and at $21, guys, you can honestly go out there. Anybody can do this. Everybody can do this. And with our coded bonuses, you can step into cash flow your first week in this business. I mean, you get 3 people sponsored, and after that you start coding 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. After your 10th person, from 11 on, you're getting $10, not just on them, but their first 3 and their first 3. We've got a way to step in some great cash flow right out of the gate. So understand what you have and a gift to go out there and share with the world. Many, many people are looking for a better life. They're looking for what we have, My Fun Life. The second training, guys, we do is on Thursdays, and we go into the back office tools, understanding the arsenal that's been created there, some of the reports and the features, the downline tracking, where you recorded webinars and your training, just everything that's made available to you, some of the ways to go out there and create lists or find lists. There's just so much in that back office, including how to introduce a friend into the power line, how to get them a reservation ahead of everybody else that's joining My Fun Life. And so there's some great tools there in the back office, and so we spend Thursdays training going into that. And also that's where we talk a little bit more about the product, understanding Cha-Ching and how the commissions are paid out on that, understanding the fun trips and why we can get such great deals on a group basis with our buying power, and the fun condos, and how to go in there and make reservations, how to buy those units, what you really have access to. So that's the Thursday, is kind of the product, the tools, the back office. Guys, for $21, the Powerline system in and of itself, many people spend $30, $40, $50, even $100 a month to have a marketing system like our Powerline system, which we're going to be going into today. And so that's the Saturday training. That leads up to our Powerline system, this automated team building system, which is the most powerful online building system that has ever been created for network marketing. We have the good fortune of being a very close friend of a gentleman that has really been the pioneer or the father of the Powerline marketing system. He's built systems for probably a dozen companies over the years, and literally put 30, 40, 50,000 people in companies in 90 days using this Powerline system. And many of those companies were $50 to $150 entry points in the nutritional industry. They weren't a universal product like travel that has global, worldwide appeal, a $21 price point, a 30-day money-back guarantee, quick cash flow with our coded bonuses. This combination has never been seen before. This kind of price point, something exciting and emerging like mobile apps, and you tie that into a Powerline system and a sales funnel that people can jump ahead of everybody else is taking a tour simply by taking some action. And you have the ability to go into your back office and import a friend under the Refer a Friend tab and get them a reservation, a time, date, and stamp ahead of everybody else that's taking a tour around the world of My Fun Life. And so that's what we're going to talk about today, is how to get your team exploding with this Powerline system. As you go into your back office, you're going to see under my website, you're going to see the lead capture pages. And again, there's about a dozen, 14, 15 websites that are back there, lead capture pages, that you're going to learn how to market these capture pages. And that's how people get into the tour. That's how they get into this sales funnel, is to the Life Starts at 21. Guys, don't you just love that name? I mean, $21 to get started in My Fun Life, and it is life-changing. That's kind of where we came up with the $21. It's also synonymous with, many of us reach the age of 21. That's kind of adulthood. A lot of doors open up for us at age 21, and so it's kind of where we came up with the Life Starts at 21 tagline. And it's something that creates curiosity. People are going, what do you mean life starts at 21? What is this? I'm going to opt in and find out about that. As soon as somebody takes that tour and opts in, they also get a reservation in line. They begin getting notifications that everybody else is touring is joining below them, and then they need to upgrade for $21 if they'd like to hold their place in line or jump ahead of all these people that are upgrading. And they literally will have a reservation, even if people pay $21 ahead of them. We hold their place, and twice a week we'll be giving them an offer to upgrade and jump ahead of even people that have paid the $21. So we're going to give you a better idea of how that whole process works, how this sales funnel works. And just realize, guys, the most powerful form of motivation today is the desire for gain. A lot of people think, hey, let me show you what you could get. It's this desire for gain. It's really fear of loss, fear of losing something, fear of losing out on something. And so you'll find, instead of trying to shove this opportunity down people's throats, if you will take it away, they're going to be much more interested in taking action. People are afraid of losing out on something, and that's really what the Powerline system does. It creates this fear of loss, that people are going to pass them by. They're going to miss out on this team that's growing below them if they do not take some action. So welcome to today's training, our Saturday training here, and I'm going to introduce our new VP of Marketing that has just done such a phenomenal job in creating this sales funnel, this Powerline system, working hand in hand with our programmers that have literally done this for a dozen other companies. That's why we're not trying something that's untried. This is proven, guys. This is unbelievable what the Powerline system can do. And Rob Hanley himself is an expert in internet marketing. He's run his own network marketing companies. He's owned his own travel company, similar to what MyFunLife has to offer. And so he has a very keen perspective on really what we're doing here with MyFunLife, not only in the travel arena, but in the mobile app space, and certainly in the internet marketing world. Not only does he have this incredible knowledge, but this guy just is very connected. He knows top leaders from around the world. He's already hit the diamond rank himself. He's got over 100 personals. Some of the top people in our company have come in through with Mr. Rob Hanley. So, guys, he's not only knows how to do it, but he's doing it. And that's what I always love is guys that they walk the talk, they lead by example. Just a great guy, tireless worker, around the clock. I get Skype messages and things from him at 3 or 4 in the morning, and I just go, man, this guy just doesn't sleep. So what an incredible addition to the MyFunLife corporate team, Mr. Rob Hanley. Take it away.
Hey, Rod, thanks so much for that great introduction. And can everybody see my screen, first of all? If you can, if you wouldn't mind giving me a V, I like to do for video, that you can see this snapshot here. It should say pre-enrollee funnel. If everybody can see that, please give me a V for video. I'll know that outstanding. Okay. Well, let me first of all give credit where credit is due. I logged on to this webinar here this morning about quarter till 9 here Pacific time, and I logged on and I think that I'm on a radio station. First of all, I hear this kind of nice jazz music. I hear this smooth guy, literally used to be a disc jockey or a radio announcer, Mr. Nick Hatcher, jump on here, and I'm listening to this great introduction. And then I hear a nice, great presentation from my friend Kurt. I've traveled the world with Kurt. We've gone to Thailand and Hong Kong and other places and stuff. And just a great leader himself. And then obviously from Mr. Smooth, from Rod Goodman here, who's just absolutely just professional, consummate. And really, all of this is a reflection of just even one piece of what we have here with MyFunLife, and probably the most important piece, I probably would say, which is the human capital and the intellectual property that's part of this. There's so many super cool facets to this diamond that really virtually nobody knows about still right now. It's getting out, word is getting out very rapidly right now, but there's so many cool things about this. We're going to talk about the pre-enrollee funnel, but before I go there, as Rod just said, I have been doing this for a long, almost far too long time period. I've been in this industry now for over 20 years. And the funny thing is, I'm usually the oldest in terms of the industry in the room of anybody. Usually people have been around for a long time. They've been around for 7 years or 8 years or something like that. You know, Rod's been in this in the home business industry for 25 years or something. Dan for 25 years, some of the other guys like that, which is just kind of strange for me. But that's the kind of people overall that we've attracted here is pros. And been around the block not once, but many, many, many times. And not only been around the block in terms of owning my own internet network marketing companies.
Very, very much for being here.
Oh, somebody's got a little. Let me mute out somebody there. And who's that? I thought everybody was actually muted. Maybe not. So okay, whoever that was. So anyhow, specifically with travel businesses, the first automated system that I put together for a travel company was back in 2006, I believe. And we did it for a company that's out there. It was actually called Coastal Vacations. They're still out there. They've been out there forever. And we put together this marketing system that marketed their product. And, you know, honestly, whether it's a good product or a bad product, I really don't know. My experience is almost nobody ever uses it. But it was a nice, the point was it was a nice marketing system that we put together that was kind of what we're talking about. I shouldn't say kind of, it was a lot. It was a lot of what we're talking about, what I'm going to talk about today. It gave a tour. So people came in through a lead capture page, and then they were going to go through step 1 and the step 2 and the step 3, and then they were going to take some kind of action. And then from there, I've done, I don't know, 5 or 6 other automated systems. A couple of them were for products that we supplied, and we did millions and millions of dollars. I've had affiliates in my companies make millions of dollars. When I had the opportunity to work, and including, by the way, my own travel business, travel company, that really would be a competitor with the first mobile app that we have here, our first offering with My Fun Travel. But when I had the opportunity to get started with Rod and with Dan and Ron and everybody here at corporate, and obviously everybody that's really stepped up to the table here to say, man, I'll help, I'll do trainings, I'll do this, I'll do that. One of the things that I was impressed by overall was some of the technology that we had and the tools that were in the toolbox here to put together something really that's extraordinary. And it actually, I was looking yesterday back at some of my notes of where we were just a couple of months ago. And although it seems to me like forever, I've been working on this marketing funnel, and Rod is right, up a lot of nights till 3 in the morning and 4 in the morning and trying to do this and put this together and that together. Let me just tell you, first of all, what we actually have here. We have a product, and this is not the marketing funnel. This is overall just the product. We have a product here that other companies sell this same product right now for $12,500. Okay, so let's just let that sink in. We have this same product that other companies right now sell for $12,500. There's another company immediately that comes to mind that sells this same product for, I think, $4,000. One of the companies that started out at about $3,000. I can think of another company right offhand that sells their stuff for $3,200. I think Coastal's still out there selling their stuff for $11,000 or something. They've been around forever, but like I said, I don't think people really even use it that much. One of the people that's on my team from building a massive, ginormous organization in the Spanish market, particularly in Dominican Republic, literally just owns the Dominican Republic with My Fun Life, had said, this is actually not an enroller program. This is a usage program. And we are going to have high usage. I'm thrilled, by the way, with the prices that we have on our condos. We've got some really cool stuff that's coming down the pipe that you're going to absolutely love with that. I'm thrilled overall with the trips part. We just absorbed an entire travel agency who's been actually doing our stuff, literally moving their stuff in-house into My Fun Life to organize custom trips and things like that. So we've got this really great offer, and as you know, Kurt had said, it's compliant, it's right, it's the price points. We've got the #1 attorney in the world for direct sales saying we think you could be the next biggest thing. There's just really not a lot not to like here, compensation plan and things like that. So let me go into what you guys want to see right now, which was something that we literally just turned on. I don't know, it was yesterday or kind of the day before the end of the day. I think it was toward the end of the day on Thursday. And we're just now starting to set our toe in the water to something that is going to absolutely pour gasoline on the fire for this. And I like sizzle, I like hype, I like enthusiasm, I like all of those things, but as I was told a long time ago, early in my career, it's not so much the sizzle that I want to bring you today. I want to actually bring you some steak. I want to bring you some really cool stuff that you can go, that's pretty cool. Regardless of how excited I sound or not excited or whatever it is, I want you to just look at it and go, that's pretty cool. That's pretty doggone cool. So Rod hit the nail exactly on the head in terms of fear of loss and psychological triggers. There's some other psychological triggers. I am an absolute expert actually in what these are. I enjoy writing copy. By the way, if anybody likes a book, one of the foundational books that you want to get is by a guy named Robert Cialdini. And he wrote a book called, I'll think of the name here in just a moment. Probably somebody will put it in the chat channel here. I've read it about 6 or 7 times. And it talks about the psychological triggers of why people do and buy and take actions like they do. So we want to use these psychological triggers to our advantage because there's one reason that we're here, and that is we want to make money. So in terms of how cool this funnel is and stuff like that, you buy a drill, whether or not it's got variable speed and it can go backwards and forwards. We buy a drill for one reason, and that is we want to put a hole in the wall. So with what I'm going to show you right now, this like automatically puts the hole in the wall. It automatically does what we want it to do, and that is to effectively present My Fun Life in an automatic fashion, pretty much just autopilot for you, follow up with your prospects, and present this really in the best light psychologically with triggers and social proof and things like that that make people go, dang, I need to get started in that. That's really, really, really cool. And then as they do, there's a reward, there's a reward, there's a reward. And what you're going to see here is, I think, is going to be almost like a perpetual motion machine. That people coming in, and then that's going to lead to more people coming in, more excitement, and so on and so on and so on and so forth. So does that sound good, first of all, to everybody that's out there? You want to give me a yes or yes so far? And my apologies for kind of, there you go, thank you. I knew somebody was going to put that in there. There we got so many sharp, smart people here. That book that I highly recommend that all of you actually read is called, it's called Influence. That's the name of the book, Influence. And it is written by Robert Cialdini, which is Cialdini. I buy all of my books on Amazon from used guys because I can have somebody ship it to my doorstep in 4 days for $4 or something like that. So grab that book. It's called Influence. By the way, I think that influence is the highest thing that we're actually out here in terms of attaining is we want to have influence, and that happens with money, etc. It could be a whole other conversation. So thank you, Robert. I appreciate that. So far, so good. Everybody like kind of where this is going? Okay, cool. So I'm going to talk about the funnel here, but I'm probably going to go down a couple of rabbit trails that I think are going to be worthwhile for you. 13 bucks, Robert says the book is worth 13 million. I mean, I've actually made millions from that, from that stuff that's in that book. So let's talk about the marketing funnel, and there's a full-blown training. The reason this looks like play is because I took a snapshot overall of a full-blown training that is in our back office that you can go through everything, and I'm going to go through some of it right now as well. But before, I was kind of showing you guys some sketches, and I was showing you some I was showing you some sketches and some things like that. I'm in my back office here, but this training is under the coaching and training section, and that is right here with the little bubble man, and then it's this right here. It's about an hour. So some of this I'm going to go over right now, some not. If you watch this, which you probably should, then you can fast forward and do the whole, do the whole deal there. Let me just say this before I begin, though. There's nothing really that I'm going to actually tell you or show you here that you have to go get an education on, that you have to think, oh, God, I really better pay close attention or I might miss this. The reason that I say that is because this entire whole funnel and all of this whole system is really already right now all done for you. So if you bring your grandma into My Fun Life, if she can learn how to do a couple of basic things, like give somebody her website, grandmastravelbusiness.com or whatever you would call it, then from there, all of the rest of this is actually all done for you. So I think that you'll find it pretty interesting in what it does. This is part of the steak behind the sizzle. But if you want to just check out and go, well, it's all done for me, then just know that it's all done for you. So I think that you'll want to stick around because what it is really cool. There's a lot of moving pieces to it. And some of these moving pieces, by the way, are going to still be tweaked together and probably be tweaked and enhanced for another, I don't know, probably forever. But a lot of it will happen in the next week, probably the most of it in less than 2 weeks. And hopefully I can actually kind of get back to some semblance where I'm not up till 4 in the morning because I've really wanted to get this done as fast as I possibly can. And with all of the stuff I'm telling you about, hey, we built this funnel for this, we built this funnel for that, we did this other thing, this is really the finest marketing funnel that I've ever seen of any company, anywhere. And I've been doing this a long, long, long time. So you absolutely, positively have the best. And I will say, by the way, all of my marketing systems that I have done, starting out with the very first, I think the very first I charged a $69 one-time fee. This is in addition to buying your product, by the way, which was probably $3,000 or something like that. But there'd be a $69 one-time setup fee, and then there'd be a $69 monthly fee that we would charge as well. And not only does our product not cost $12,500 in My Fun Life, which is what the competitors sell for, or $4,000 or $3,200, there's a big range there. We have the same product, but we also don't charge a setup fee for our funnel. We don't charge a monthly fee for our funnel. It's actually 100% totally, which is pretty insane, honestly. Zero. It's zero. In fact, I really think at some point it actually ought to be charged. We ought to actually pay, it ought to actually have money. Maybe even monetize, we pay you guys something back or something like that. But that's how valuable this is. But for you, at least, to suffice to say right now, it's free. Free, free, free. And anybody that you bring in, it's going to be free. And they'll have it within the next minute or so. And there's nothing that's better out there than this. So let me explain a little bit of what this chicken scratch is, and then I'm going to show you some actual stuff. So this says LCP, it stands for the lead capture page, and then this is the first page of the marketing funnel, and it does a presentation for you. It really answers 3 questions. What is it? How much can I make, and how do I do it? What is it? How much can I make, and how do I do it? I'll show you over here what the actual snapshots are, and then I'm going to kind of keep going back to my diagram here and show you overall what it is. This is one of the lead capture pages, okay? And then we can go into a whole bunch of other different lead capture pages. This one's kind of nice, for example. I like a lot of them, but I have told people, by the way, I think that the lead capture pages that we have, some of them are the best lead capture pages, at least the most beautiful I've ever seen, and all of them are really good. By the way, I was told by a friend of mine that's an internet marketer as well, that he's done some testing on these, and he's finding that he's getting a 27% conversion from a click, somebody that actually sees this page, to somebody that opts in. Now, he said that he thought that was decent. That's not decent. I beg to differ with him. That's crazy. That's ridiculous. almost one out of every 3 people that sees this page actually puts their first name and their last name, their phone number, and their email in. Are you kidding me? That's unreal. So then they were going in before. They were going into your they were going in before to a replicated company page, but that's not going to happen anymore. What they're going to do now is, as soon as they opt in, they're going to go to this page. And I actually zoomed this out a little bit. We're probably going to change this image in the back, which I think is absolutely beautiful. It's this resort place here, but when the image is actually defaulted back to what its actual size is, kind of looks like we got this thing that sticks out over there, which you might not get. It's pretty. There's some nice colors, but we're probably going to change this image out because I think around here is about the default size of what this is. So there's 3 questions that the funnel asks, or answers, excuse me. What is it? How much can I make? And how do I do it? And then, of course, there's get started over here at the top. So that's where I come back to my diagram here. Is these are the 3 pages, and they all have movies that start automatically. What this little doohickey over here is, this is actually a scrolling marquee that we decided to put down below the movie. This is the first thing from the book, influenced by Robert Cialdini. It's called Social Proof. And it means, good Lord, everybody's joining this. In fact, look at whatever this Greek name is that actually just came in right here, whatever this thing here. I don't even know what that, I can't even, how do you even pronounce that? What is that? So regardless, they can join. They can actually have a credit card or something like that, and we can actually have them potentially be on our team. So these are new pre-enrollees joining. We're probably going to actually enhance this text up here a little bit, put a little bit more sizzle around it, look here, blah, blah, blah. But the whole idea is, just like a movie, you could sit here and we can see that Kyle R., that Francisco A., that Jose C., that Joseph W., these are real people coming in right now, the DNC. And then also, I could join to potentially have Francisco on my team. I can join to potentially have Joseph on my team, or have Guachu S, or Pauline C, or Trinity, or the Greek person's name that I can't pronounce because I can't read Greek language on there. So we don't really care because we have this global business that everybody can do from everywhere. So this is the first page, and then we're going to go through as they see this page. And I said, this is the finest. When I showed images on my last training, I said, this is going to be the nicest funnel you guys have ever seen. The headline, I think, is outstanding. Discover how you can start your own mobile app business in the next 2 minutes with the first of our 10 apps for less than the cost of a greasy pizza. By the way, we have a little discussion on the word greasy. I happen to like it. I think it's visceral. I think it kind of stands out, makes you chuckle a little bit. Right off the top, here's one of our unique selling propositions: 30-day, 100% ironclad money guarantee, money back guarantee that we put right into them. What is it? We're a $6.3 trillion a year market where, as I already mentioned already, our competitors sell their memberships for as much as $12,000. So far so good. I like a really interactive training. Yes, yes, or cool, or something like that. Let me have in the question box here to know that you guys are tracking me okay. Let's see here. How much percentage will I make from the upline? I don't know. That's my question. Let's go back to that. Thanks for very important. Okay, cool. Let's go back. All right, cool. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Yes, this is live now. This is live right now. In fact, we didn't do it with a whole bunch of fanfare. The way that you get to this, you look at this big, long, ugly-looking domain here. The only way that you get into the tour is you go into your MyFunLife back office and you opt in through your lead capture page. The reason why you do not want to send people directly to these links and bypass your lead capture pages. The reason why you don't want to do that is, I'll get to it, because not only are they the prettiest funnel pages that you've ever seen, that upsell on psychology of influence and all these different things like that, but this part here, if you send people here to your tour pages directly, without them going through the doorway, without them going through the lead capture, they will not be coded. They will not be part of the pre-enrollee system, and quite frankly, it really just won't work. So you want to send them to your own pre-enrollee, to your lead capture pages. And if you want to take a look at it yourself, just come over to your own lead capture page, put in your name, or John testing for John, or Fred testing for Fred, so that you're going to get an email. You probably should put in a different email. Most people have 2 or something like that. Put in a different email, and you can see overall how it's going to follow up with you with email, which I'll get to in just a moment. So let me just go through a little bit of some of the copy on here. Beautiful pictures, all the graphics are courtesy of our Chief Visionary Officer, who's a very talented graphic designer. 16-year-old Matt Edwards actually put together all of the graphics on this. Took all the copy that I wrote, some of it I've reused from some of my other systems and things like that, but he actually improved all of the pictures on it. He came up with all the fonts, and came up with all of this. He did a great job. Enough so that I was like, God, that's just nice. So we're going to go through the whole thing. We talk about mobile apps over here. Then we're going to come down. We're going to start talking about making a guy throw enough money. And the second thing that's in here that's super, super, super cool that I have to point out is we have this booking engine called Cha-Ching, okay? And so Cha-Ching is a feed or a conglomeration of all the different, bunch of different online booking engines and things like that we private label, put it all into one big spot. So the whole idea with Cha-Ching is people are going to get the same prices on stuff that's out there that they normally are going to get anywhere that they're going to find online, except for this booking engine is going to be courtesy of Kurt Inagaki, courtesy of you, courtesy of Rod Goodman, or whatever your name is that's on here. And you can make a little bit of money back. It's not crazy money. This isn't get-rich money. This isn't take your mortgage kind of money generally. Although you can make some money on it, for sure. I don't want to downplay it that much. But when you book stuff, by the way, probably not airfare. I'll just tell you right off the bat in terms of a little training on here. Airfare is very commoditized, but most all the other stuff on there, you'll get a little something back. And what I see this as is a very powerful prospecting tool. So the first part is our Cha-Ching booking. And then the part that I wanted to emphasize right here is, well, first of all, other companies, namely there was one company called YTB, a hugely, massively successful travel company. I think they might even have gone public. Rod could certainly speak to that, I would think. But they sold their booking engine for $450 and then $50 a month. I know that Nick Hetcher, that did the moderation this morning, he was in YTB. He told me, yep, that's it. I was never in it because I thought that was kind of dumb. But anyhow, that's what people bought this thing for. And in fact, we give it away not only for free, but there's nothing that your prospect has to do to get it right off the bat. In fact, I'm going to go in today and I'm going to modify some of the follow-up email systems, because what's going to happen is when somebody opts in to the site here, they put their name, their phone number, their email, etc., they're actually going to get a back office for Cha-Ching booking. They're going to get their own replicated site for Cha-Ching booking and the whole bit, and there's nothing else that they're going to have to do, which is interesting because we have to give them a username and we have to give them a password. How do we do that? We actually are going to randomize a username for them and randomize a password for them. And then we're going to notify them, thanks for taking the tour, just as we said on our movie, for taking the tour, we're going to give you our booking engine right here and a back office. And guess what the back office's purpose is to do? It is to, of course, upsell them into our massive value product here, $12,500 value that they can get for $21 and a 30-day money-back guarantee. So first of all, you guys may not know that, but everybody coming in is going to get Cha-Ching booking. So let me have everybody just say Cha-Ching if you like the idea that everybody gets this booking engine right now. So excellent, Cha-Ching, 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 money, 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 exactly, exactly, exactly. And this will be part of the email follow-up series that they're actually going to get. And when they log in, they're going to have big, fat note buttons and things like that that say upgrade here. They can do other stuff. And then there's going to be some things that I call you can see but you can't touch. If they try to go to the condo section, for example, that's in your back office here, they try to get over to the, let me see, where am I at here? They try to get over to the condo section. I'm going to lose my place here. Any of those things, it's going to say no, 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 and it'll present them with a button here to upgrade. So let's see here. great to get the ching up front too. This is all rather special. It is all rather special to these. It's actually really pretty ridiculously special. And by the way, back to my lesson on Robert Cialdini, this is called the law of reciprocity. We've actually given them this gift. It's valuable. And then it is kind of special because they actually have their own login and their own password to it, where when they go in, they're going to see a back office that's somewhat similar to our existing back office here. It's going to have different things in here where they can they can see different stuff, and then most of the things, when they click it, it's going to say no, no, no. So if they can go to their cha-ching, they click this, it's going to pop up like a light box in the middle and say, oh, sorry about that, but you can get it for 21 bucks. Sorry about that, you can get it for 21 bucks, and some other things. And by the way, they can earn money with cha-ching if they do nothing else other than that. So they're going to have this back office and they can log in. That's the first coolness that's actually super, super, super cool about how this whole funnel works. Then we got nice buttons here. You can see they got nice, it's called a mouse over here. The button kind of presses when you mouse over it. And we go down to the whole bottom of the next thing. And then here's a little bit about fun trips, and then here's the thing about fun condos. And by the way, the prices on the fun condos are ridiculous. They're as good or better than anywhere that I've ever seen online, including, I'll just hammer home, our $12,500 friends, which have a horrible back office, by the way.
Now, let's talk about money. Our compensation plan is...
So you notice, by the way, I flipped over to the thing, to the next movie there, and to the next page. The movie starts right away. There's no controls on here. I don't want people having controls other than the fact that they can start it and they can stop it. We don't want them to fast forward. I don't want them knowing it's 3 minutes or 2 minutes or 6 minutes or skip ahead. If they're annoyed by the movie, then they can click, if they know how, to click on the movie and turn it off. I think that you can't, a product that you can get less for the cost of the pizza, that's one of our little things we hammer home here as well. You can't pay big dollars, guess again, it's going to make you lose sleep. Here's our social proof here as well, with all these people joining, etc., etc. It looks really nice. We're super compliant, as Kurt had said. So what we chose to do here, when I was writing this up here, is rather than try to walk around how much it is and things like that, I wanted to turn this around marketing-wise here, because we can't tell people you can make this much in the matrix. The calculator can, but we can't. That's just one of the things I would say is very silly, but it's one of the rules that we worked around, and so why not? Our pay plan is so large we cannot, by law, reveal to you how much that you make. My Fun Life is a clean business, so we put all this in here, we follow all the rules, blah, blah, blah. By the way, just in case anybody were ever to look at us, I think you'd probably appreciate the fact that we're saying we follow all the rules. And you would probably just mindlessly join even without thinking if we told you how much you can make. And the regulator probably right at thinking like that. So try the calculator. So let's put some information in our calculators below because we want them to use the calculators. Let's put the number 3. Yes, I know this font is teeny tiny, so the font will actually be increased in size so it's bigger. And it won't be so tiny here. But let's go ahead and put that in there and calculate our monthly earnings. Oh my God. By the way, you can earn this much even if you put 0. I don't know what happens if you put 0 in here, but you can earn, there you go. You can earn all the way to the 7th level and not sponsor a single person. I love that from this business as well, because it brings people into the room where you can tell them, by the way, you can make money, you don't have to even sponsor anyone at all. So this is the maximum that it will pay out on a monthly basis if you don't sponsor a single person. Personally, I think it'll probably take you a little while to get there, but that is what this pays out. There's no other qualifications. And then, as you start going up, I think 20 is the first level. That opens up the 8th level of the matrix. You'll see, bam, it opens up there. There's your total monthly earnings that you can make with 20. 50 opens up the next level. There is your monthly earnings on if you sponsored 50. And then if you go diamond, as I did, as a whole bunch of other people have gone diamond, you personally refer 100 people, then that is your estimated monthly that you can make every single month with My Fun Life. That's a lot of money, and I love the idea that a guy in Greece that has a language I can't read at all, I might be making $1 or $1.50, or maybe I'm making a quarter or whatever it is on a monthly basis because he's using our valuable membership here, and that sum total can add up to this in my pocket every single month. I love the idea. I think it was Andrew Carnegie or Henry Ford or somebody I like to study that said he'd rather make 1% of the effort of 100 people, then 100% of his own effort. I love the idea of making pennies from jillions of people all over the world. So far, so good. Everybody like this. By belaboring this too much, the way we can see which country and telephone number too. We're never going to show the telephone number on there. I think what we're probably going to do in the marquee is we'll probably, if we probably can, show the country based on their IP address if they come in, maybe even show a flag. I like to see that because I like the international kind of stuff too. See, will the capture pages and Powerline system work on all portable devices? Yes, 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 and yes. They work on iPhones and iPads and smartphones, etc. Absolutely. In fact, we were saying before that they're HTML5, but our programmers have said a better description is that they're interactive. So they resize automatically based on the device and things like that. Almost looks like a mobile website. In fact, it probably is a mobile website on my Android. The tabs look the same and things like that. J. Paul Getty, Carlton says, "Hey, Paul, how are you, buddy?" That's exactly right. So let's see. J. Paul Getty was the one that actually said 1% from 100 people. All right, good. So we'll press on here. I don't want to belabor this too much, but I want to show you as much coolness as I can. If I really sell this on the basis that you don't need to recruit, nothing tends to happen in other businesses when you recruit. Okay, so yes, you can sell this on the basis. I like to say, Denise, that this brings people into the room. But the reality of it is, this is what it pays out on a monthly basis. It pays out, I like to put 3 in here first, because I don't know whether it was designed that way or it was just a thought, but this is really what it will pay out if you have, if I put O in there, and I wonder why. So here, if I put 0 in here, that is what the monthly payout is on a monthly basis. So that's a reality, it's a fact, that's what the comp plan actually pays. So I can tell people, yeah, by the way, you can make a lot of money in this, not sponsor a single person, every single month. But this comp plan was heavily, heavily, heavily designed for those that actually do refer. Let's look at what you get here. It's stacked real high in the beginning. You get your membership paid for. When you do this, it's 21 bucks. You got a little bit of a canyon to jump over here, a chasm, whatever you want to say, in the middle, our sandwich, if you will. And then on the other side, at level 7, this is 2 bucks each per person here. But then all of this stuff, if you could see, this is for somebody that could say, man, I could refer that many people to a business that's 21 bucks. We had a barber that did this in 4 days, referred over 100 people in 4 days while he cut their hair. Anyone can do this. Anyone can do this. And it'll be really a lot easier, actually, by the way, with this marketing funnel. So, won't belabor this. I'm going to go down a little further because now I'm kind of supposed to do a comp plan training. Here's your stuff on the coded bonus. Okay, and then we go a little bit further. And do you realize that the check match on this goes back to the very first person that you referred? So if you put 3 people in here, and they made, let's say, 500 bucks or something like that, okay, it automatically pops up and says that you're bronze, you get a 10% override on that. Then each of these people, if they were earning 500 bucks, then your total check match is $50 on each of them, times 3 is 150 bucks. Let's increase this a little bit to, let's just say that it was, I don't know, let's say we go to 20, then automatically this changes overall here to your, oops, that's a mistake, it should say silver, but, oh, that's interesting, it looks like that's wrong, actually. I'll have to fix that immediately. Calculator not working right. So let me go back here to 100, it's not good. It should say at 20, by the way, it should say 20%, it should say silver, and that's the number that's there. Let me see if the most important one here, a diamond. That one looks right. Let's see if it's right here for 50 for Ruby. Okay, that's right. So we have a little bug in there. I'll note to myself and I'll go back and fix this. But I like to say, let's see that if you refer to 100 people, and if they're monthly, maybe 500 is too much. Let's just even talk about what if their monthly was 100 bucks, you know? Now that's what I call free money. Nobody quits any kind of business where they're making a check, and I think people are not really, even if people didn't make a check here at all, for 21 bucks, the product is real. We're going to have killer community and trainings and things like that. You're going to have people hanging in here, and even if they're making 5 bucks, 6 bucks, 8 bucks, 12 bucks, 16, 22, 27 bucks, they're going to stay. They're going to stay in there, and they're going to refer somebody, and it's going to fill the matrix up overall as we go through this. As Rod said, overall through time. So far, so good. I'm kind of, I guess, getting off topic of what the funnel actually does here. Great. I'm going to go back. Let's see here. Okay. You might be, Paul. I have to look at that. I don't know what. I'd have to look at why. I'd have to see where your page views are coming from, honestly. Paul's saying he's got a lot of page views. He's only got a couple of free enrollees. So one of our guys, the internet marketer, he's got paid traffic going to his site. And a couple of our guys actually said 27% is what their opt-ins have been. So I don't really know. So okay, let me go on a little bit more because I'm kind of getting far off topic on the funnel, so I want to get back to that. So the whole idea is they're going to come down through here. They're going to see, oh my God, they can make that much money. And then MyFunTravel is the first of 10 mobile apps. So we'll have the ability through our matrix here that everybody that comes in will follow you when we introduce the second one in a follow me compensation plan with compression. So even if people don't upgrade, we're not going to care whether they upgrade or they're not. By the way, the compression will probably be something like 30 days or something like that. But as we're getting going right now, we have not compressed the matrix out. But I've had people ask me, well, are you going to compress it? Yes, we are going to compress it. And that means that anybody that's not paid and things like that or whatever, then they're going to be squeezed out. Let's go to the last page of the tour. This last page answers the third question, which is how do I do it? And this is really more of the call to action, by the way.
Welcome back. In this final...
So this one talks about almost our whole topic for today, our power line system. You're experiencing it right now. You're right in the middle of this. And the whole idea here is to get them to take the next action, which is to go forward. And so what we're going to talk about in this whole thing is a little bit about how you can make 10 times the money that we just talked about in the last movie. But now we're going to really start to sell the free enrollee system. On every page of this tour that you'll see new people just like you taking a look at MyFunLife. They are entering our tour site just as you are from all over the world. Everyone is given a date and a timestamp to hold their place in line. This includes you. I had an example in my training the other day. I said it's almost like imagine that you're at the airport and you know, where we've got some kind of something going on. People walk up to the lead capture page, if you will. What's this all about? Information. You want to make money? That sounds good. Here's your number. Go stand in line over there, please. And somebody or stand in line, and then that line is these guys right here. So behind Hoopa is Patrick, and then there's Shirley D. And the Bill is the next guy, and then Jamal and Dan and Fazil and Laverne. All these people are taking their spots in the line as we're going through right now. They're getting their spot in line, and their spot in line, and their spot in line as they go along. Then imagine in my little example that I have here, that's the marketing tour, this funnel and follow-up messages and emails and webinars that are selling these people saying, hit this button here that says join now. Look at this one over here. I just love it when I can't even read a language. What is that? I think that's actually Russian. Anatoly. That's what it is. That's what Russian calls Anatoly. So he's checking out the system right now. So it has one purpose, and that's to get them to join. So in my example, all these people are standing in line, and someone, maybe it's a flight attendant, and if it's in the airport, is walking around with an iPad saying, does anybody want to buy their ticket right now? Oh, you do? Yes, sir. They walk over, they swipe their credit card. Terrific. The plane is going to leave on Tuesday night. It's Tuesdays and Fridays is the last time that anybody's going to have to do that. So you just stay here in line. The plane will be here soon. You'll be able to overall to board the plane. Now, as soon as they swipe their card, as soon as they do that, they're going to get their replicated site. They're going to get access to the back office. They can start referring people right now. And the reason I'm talking about Tuesdays and Fridays is because there could be people, let's say that Amelia did not join, okay, but then Sixtus does join, okay? So let's say that this is Amelia. She's got her spot in line, and then we got Akanebi, and then let's say Nancy over today, tomorrow, the next couple of days, whenever it is, Nancy decides that she's going to join, okay? Then we've got Leo. He maybe decides he's going to join or something like that. But the other person, Amelia, she hasn't made up her mind yet. We're going to give Amelia until the end of the day on Tuesday Pacific time, midnight or 11:59 or whatever you want to say. We're going to give her all the way up until that time to actually join herself, because there could be Now, this isn't that there is, because this is a matrix. Not all these people are going to fall underneath you. But it could be that some of these people actually are underneath you. So we're going to give her all the way up until then to actually join, and that's how overall the whole power line thing does. And if she does not, all those people that were on her matrix, that were underneath her, which it's not everybody, again, hopefully it's some, should be some, those people will simply bypass her, jump over, in my analogy, but kind of board the airplane, and she's never going to have the opportunity to earn money in a matrix or anything else from those people at all. So does that make sense so far? Let me just go back to the bottom here. Let's see. Tuesdays and Friday nights is the end of the day, and they're all going to be told that actually in email. So are all these enrollees that we're seeing roll by real? Are they all? No, they are not locked up for the presentation. These are all real. Some of these people may be real time right now. Other ones may be ones that we actually had to scoop off the top because we've been running our system for a while here, and they are. We've got a lot of pre-enrollees, but there's enough that there's this. Could be, it probably is real time right now. So let's see here. The 50% paid to the trip purchaser. No, the 50% is actually paid overall for what the matrix check is at. It's 50% that's paid for what the matrix check is. Audio is cutting out. Hopefully people can see that. Explain to people about tracking music. Okay, all right, great. I'll go back through that. Well, I might have to try to make this a little bit. You still get customers for free status. And get credit for them. You can get credit for them, Hinda, if they actually join. Everybody that's opting in is going to be a Cha-Ching Booking Engine member, and if they upgrade, then they have the opportunity to join you, just like if they were a pre-enrollee. So they're tagged to you right now. They're not married to you, but they're tagged to you. So you don't own somebody that's a free booking engine person the same way as you don't own a pre-enrollee. But they probably should. I mean, when they, you know, they're at the, we're presenting them the altar there to get married, and they probably should marry you. They're the one that's connected to you. Let's see, can it happen sooner? Let's see here. Tuesday's the first cutoff, and then we'll do it Tuesdays and Fridays. So we need a little bit of time. We just launched this barely on Thursday, Paul. So we need to kind of tell people a little bit about what's going on. So Tuesdays and Fridays. Every time I will join somebody and type in all the information, this is the page. Okay, I don't know that. Any kind of support questions that you guys have here, don't ask them in here unless it's kind of this question I can probably ask. Please put these kind of questions, Tomas, into like support so that they can actually get that. So I don't know the answer to that question. Okay, so let me press on a little bit further, and let's hit the join button here. They're going to come through. All these people. This is really the power of the whole of the power line system. They are they're told here. Right now, don't delay. People are getting started now. Positioning is very important. And we talk a little bit about automation. There's a quote up here somewhere from Andrew Carnegie. Here we go. I have to actually bold this out a little bit. I love this quote. Napoleon Hill, Andrew Carnegie, when a successful person has all the necessary information, they make a decision quickly. That really is true, by the way. And then they actually go back takes them a long time to go back the other direction. But when you have the necessary information, which we're telling these people, by the way, you have all the necessary information. Go ahead and make a decision quickly. And timing really is crucial. If they lock in their spot and they upgrade to become a member like you have the opportunity now, they're locked in the matrix, and for as long as they're members, you will receive a monthly check. If you do not lock in your spot, they will simply bypass you, jumping over you, and that could cost you a fortune. So I hope all of that is actually completely clear. Let me go back to my little drawing here. I'll explain a couple of other parts to this as well. I apologize, it's kind of blurry a little bit, but I'll go back kind of through it. Here's our lead capture page. They opt in, and there's a few things that's going to happen. Overall here, this says from member, and this is a series of autoresponder messages, okay? They come from you. Hey, Bob, it's Fred. Hey, Bob, it's Fred. Hey, Bob, it's Fred. On each of these messages. And each one of them is going to be selling a different feature. Look how great our product is. Look how much money that you can make. Look at this. Look at that. Get started, get started, get started. All of these all come from you. They all come with your name, your email, your phone number. And actually, as of today, they're going to actually have your picture in them as well, which I wanted from the first day, but it was never a priority to give everybody the ability to upload your picture into the system. And now I got a little note this morning that the picture thing is done, which means I'll actually merge your picture back into the autoresponder message as well, so they have a nice little picture with you, and eventually they'll probably have a little profile page where they can click. And they have your Facebook, by the way, they have your Twitter, by the way, they have your YouTube if you have any of that kind of stuff as well. All of those things, and your Skype, all of those things are all merged together. In fact, I was trying to merge in Skype on here, where when they actually click the button, I don't know now for sure I can do this, but I'll show you. This is one of the messages here. Hey, Bob, it's Fred. Okay, and here's a nice picture. Really sorry about that. This is some good copy here about, you know, people losing sleep, etc., etc. And then see it right here. You know, if you haven't gone through the entire site, see it here. It's going to drive it back to, or here's my join link. And then this is from, John, John Smith, and your phone number. And then this Skype right here, actually, show you how cool this actually was. This Skype actually is a link that is Skype /my Skype is actually your Skype name !call, which, doggone it, if I put that actually in my browser, just like that, it brings your Skype. The only problem is when it's going into my email right now, since there's not a link on the front, it does not work with HTTP. The stupid thing will not actually see my email does not recognize it as a link to go to. So I may just actually move this coolness of the Skype message, which I thought was really cool, to say my Skype, and then they'll have your Skype ID on there. Here's your Facebook, your Twitter, your YouTube, and then this will be replaced with your picture as soon as you go through and actually upload your picture, which is going to be under the personal information section. You can put a picture of you, and it'll replace this picture of MyFunLife with your picture. Soon it'll be a link too. So you're going to start getting all of these messages here, and I'll go back to the pre-series. Currently there's 10 messages. I'm going to go through a whole bunch more of these. I'll go through kind of what the list is here. We'll pick another one for an example. I'll show you one that I really like a lot, actually. Let's see here real quick. Message list. Let's see here. Actually, we'll go through. Since we talk about the power line, let me go through and talk about. You want to jump to the front of the line here. You guys probably appreciate this. So, okay. So here's this one. Some of you guys have probably been seeing these, and now it really is true. By now, there's a good chance that you're experiencing the power of this incredible system. You may even see any pre-enrollees in the system after you. It is likely that they're waiting behind you. Scroll this down appropriately. And let's see. It's going out to you every single month. On the 7th level, blah, 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 just like I just went through this. We're going to give a little image. By the way, these are all links back to your tour. And then they can look right here. They can hit the calculators. And we're talking in this all about the pre-enrollee system. And again, it is signed by you, your first name, your last name. And this will be your picture when you upload the picture in there. So that is this whole series that we have that's going on of these autoresponder messages. Now, the next part of this is, at the same time, they're getting messages from the system telling them that they have this many new pre-enrollees that are in there that are there as well. So let me go over to my email here. I'm going to find something else real quickly here. And let's see. Blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Let's see real quick. Hang on. I'll pick one out. So, everybody still with me? Is it okay here? I'm going too slow, too fast, too much? Let's see here. Okay. All right, let me show you what this one looks like. You guys probably have got some of this here. Hey, Rob, here's some exciting news. This is sent out since the last email went out. So we're going to send these to start with about once a day to all of your pre-enrollees. And then we have to really build the reputation of our email server, or we can just blow it out. We'd have to get a whole other domain, not MyFunLife, but it's something else that we're sending from NASA Team Builders, but it's from. And we did that on purpose because eventually we will have to replace that from all the email systems. But once we start, once we're able to, we'll be able to send more and more emails. My point here. So we'll be able to send these out 2 or 3 times a day. Hey, Ross, some exciting news. with most valuable industry, products and services. 1,324 more people have locked in a pre-enrollment position since our last email. And this is what's the important part. Some of these people may be in your compensation matrix. If that is the case, if you are a member, having locked in your spot as well, you would earn a monthly commission. And then here's, some of the people in here. We may change this to just last initial, type of thing, protect the innocent type of a deal. From here, the first time ever, people are making money without having to, this is Denise's question, without having to refer others to the plan. However, if you are one of the ones that do refer this gold mine, and anyone can, then the sky is absolutely the limit. It's rockstar money, don't believe me, and we want you to go back to the calculators and then upgrade now. And this is, of course, your calculators on your funnel system overall that happens. We go through one other thing quickly here is, let's see here, I think it's going to be cut off. 1 second, let me just pop up my email here. Let's see. This. Now needs to close out. So this is a little bit of what the closeout email is here. So on Tuesdays and Fridays, we're going to tell them, hey, lock your spot in. This is the last day. Today, like every Friday, is a very important day. This happens all for you. Yada, yada, yada. Thousands of people are coming in. Some are just curious. Some are locking in their spots. Lock in your spot tonight. Upgrade now. They click on this. It takes them right back to your join page. Get started now. Don't hesitate. Blah, blah, blah. That is how all of those work. So if I come back to my little diagram here, here was the series of emails that that's sending for you. Here is, we went through just a minute ago. Here's all the pre-enrollees that are actually joining right now. Lock in your spot. And then on Tuesdays and Fridays, that message kind of went out by accident last night. Maybe, maybe not, because they hopefully people upgraded. I'm sure that they did. And then every Tuesday and Friday, we're going to start sending out these emails as well. And that's pretty much the whole thing. This piece up here, by the way, join for free, upsell 1, upsell 2. This originally was my idea that if they click off, we'd say, hey, hang on, we'll give you a free Cha-Ching booking engine. But we did away with all of that because everybody that comes through gets the Cha-Ching booking engine. So I think I'm pretty much done. Let me see if there is any comments you guys like. If you like that, maybe give me a thing in the back off there that says like. And let's see if you guys like that. Okay, great. Like. Excellent. Let's see here. If you only want to fill out the form, they probably don't want to fill out the phone field. They probably don't want to fill out the phone field. You're probably right. Yeah, they could probably put a false phone number in there. The reason why, yes, we can remove the telephone field from the lead capture page. The reason why, and we're going to almost certainly put some lead capture pages up there that don't have that phone number field in there. The reason why we have that phone number field, by the way, is to give you an email and give you the information to call and follow up with them yourself if you want to, which, by the way, you should do. It'll actually have more impact. So yes, Rita, very well aware of the fact that the phone number is in there, and we've already talked about actually giving a page where the phone field is in there. I did have an internet marketing person, the guy that was the 7% guy, was telling me, and he's a sharp guy, doing this a long time. He's telling me really all that you need is the email. That's it. That's all that you need is the person's email. Well, what he didn't realize was really how the whole thing fits together in the pre-enrollee thing here is, no, you can't just play people's email. That's not going to work here. And we can't just even ask for their first name. Otherwise, it's going to look like it's somebody already asked, is it BS? I mean, if it was just a George and Teresa and Ben, we at least want to give it something where it's got like at least the last initial or something like that that's here. So that's the reason for all of this kind of stuff. Let's see what other kind of questions here. Hello. Somebody said hello to me. Thank you. Let's see here. One you just showed in the webinar. Let's see. I'm not sure what that was. Make the phone field an optional field. We may make it an optional field. That might be an idea. Thanks. Appreciate that, Travis. I might just do that. Do I understand the question? Let me see what the question was. I happen to have access to the email campaign on my office. Email campaign on my office. Okay, so somebody is asking, by the way, about our email campaigns themselves and how they can get those. One of the things that we're going to do, which if you have no idea what I'm talking about right now, it's not for you, it's not important at all, is we're going to give you the ability with the lead capture pages soon to integrate your own third-party autoresponder series. So when you're driving traffic to your lead capture pages, and it has to be to our lead capture pages because they're programmed. So, by the way, if you're going to buy a domain here, you know, bobsgreatlife.com or something like that, do not use masking, do not use frame forwarding. If you put this actually as a frame, like on your blog or something, then it's not going to work. This will not work with framing. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry. Again, not for you. If you do know what framing is, don't do that. You don't want to do that. Your URL, it has to show up overall with your link as it is in the top. We cookie, we do session, we do a whole bunch of different things like that. So don't do any of that kind of stuff at all. I think that's pretty much about it. Let's see.